Thank you, Lindsay. Hello, everyone. Now, I want you to know, Joe Sestak's not here today, but just think of this. He's somewhere where I'm not. We're splitting this state up, and we're talking about each other everywhere we go, and I couldn't be more proud to have Joe Sestak running the same time I am, and having he represent the Democratic Party with the Senate seat, and I'm representing the Democratic Party on the gubernatorial side, because it's very clear that we have a message that is for the working people. They don't. And here's what's happening. We are both being outspent, and they're bringing in all kind of foreign money, and they're attacking us. And yet we get closer and closer every week. Well, you know why? Because people are paying attention now. They're watching, and they underestimate the voters. They underestimate the voters not getting through all this that's on TV. It's so unbelievable, the negativity on TV right now. I couldn't believe it. I happened to, because I don't watch TV when I'm running. And then before my debate, I was in a holding room, and I happened to have TV on. I must have seen 30 negative ads in a 45-minute period. They all looked alike. Our faces were black and white, we look grainy, you know, and we're ruining the free world and everything else they can say about us. But what's happening now is people are focusing and looking at the candidates and what we stand for. Now let me talk about my race for a second, because Tom Corbett and I couldn't be more different on where we want to take this state. I'm standing here in Philadelphia today, and you have two people running for governor that are hoping, you can say this for the Senate race too, that we view Philadelphia differently. One candidate hopes that Philadelphia falls asleep and doesn't vote. That's Tom Corbett. I hope you wake up and you vote like crazy. I'd much rather be on that side than on the other side. Because think of this, if his formula wins, he has no reason to come back to Philadelphia. If my formula works, I'm going to owe you. I want to come back to Philadelphia. I mean, we're in this together. We're in this together. But you want to talk about real policies at the state level. My opponent at the debate said he's going to cut education. This is the worst time to be cutting education. With unemployment where it is, you want to fix this country. We got to make sure we fund basic education and fix it. More importantly, we got to continue to expand early childhood. Get these kids in school as early as possible, before kindergarten. Give them a chance at life. Give them a chance at life. You know, when are we going to figure it out in this country that it's actually cheaper for us and smarter to invest on the front end, pre-kindergarten, as opposed to investing when kids are 16, 17, and 18 and building jails? We lost it at that point. We got to invest on the front end, not the back end. He doesn't get that. He doesn't get that at all. Marcellus Shale, the biggest issue in this race right now, because it is going to be a game changer for Pennsylvania. Tom Corbett is promoting the most extreme position. He wants to put Pennsylvania as the only state in the country that will not have a severance tax, when every other state, every Republican governor, every Democratic governor has a severance tax. And I made it clear as governor, not only will we have it, we're going to fund the Department of Environmental Protection to watch our water, watch the environment. We're going to fund an impact fund to pay for the roads, water lines, and sewer lines from the wear and tear of the industry, and a Grow and Greener fund to preserve farmland and open space and clean up brownfields. You know what his position is? His position is no tax when every other state has it, and then you, the taxpayers, you're going to pay for the environmental mess, you're going to pay for the infrastructure, and you know why? Because now he has taken over $1 million from the gas companies. That's what's at stake here. He's taken $1 million and he's promoting the most extreme position right now. But there's something else where we differ. Penn State just did a study. 80,000 jobs in the next 2 years from Marcellus Shale. 80,000 jobs. You know, Philadelphia, the Northeast, there's 10% unemployment. I made it clear, as governor, I won't give one permit. I won't give one permit to drill till the industry understands we want them to hire Pennsylvanians. Not Oklahoma, not Texas, not our people. You want those jobs? Then we'll go to your community college. We'll go to your voc tech schools. We'll go to your high schools. We'll train our people for the jobs in the Marcellus Shale.
That's right.
That high dropout rate, why don't we go after some of these kids that dropped out and give them an 8-week training program and give them a job, a family sustainable paying job in the Marcellus Shale industry. That's how you make this a win-win situation. There's something else. We all know what's happening here. Joe Sestak gets it, I get it. So, in some ways, this has nothing to do about Joe, nothing to do about me. This is an all-out attack on President Obama's agenda. You know it, and I know it. You know what's going on here. This is about President Obama's re-election in 2012. That's what's going on here. Well, we're not going to let the people forget that President Obama inherited the worst recession since the Great Depression because of President Bush and the Republican policy. We know that. We know that. We also know that if President Obama and Joe Sestak didn't give us the stimulus package, 25 states would be bankrupt right now. There would be no social net left. Pennsylvania would have gutted every Department of Public Welfare and the Department of Human Services. It would have been gone at a time when unemployment's over 10% in this city. If we didn't have stimulus, we wouldn't be able to be investing in some of the infrastructure we're currently doing. And unemployment probably would be at 16% statewide. And the other thing, my opponent says if he's governor, he won't accept stimulus money. Well, I want you to know something. I want you to hear from me. Not only will I accept it, but when I'm governor, I'm going to lobby President Obama for more stimulus. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because I don't have a problem with the federal government investing in our country again.
There you go.
We can rebuild Europe. We can rebuild Japan. Why not rebuild this country a little bit once in a while? Put money back here. And here's why. You want to do the port in Philadelphia and move cargo? We need a federal partner. You want to redo the federal interstate highway system? We need a federal partner. I came up Broad Street. I go through these neighborhoods, these old industrial sites that have been dormant for 2 decades, these old manufacturing sites. You want to get them shoveled ready for economic activity? We need a federal partner. And I'm going to be working with President Obama to make sure that we turn this country around. It's about jobs. This is about jobs. I've been running the 2nd largest county for 7 years. You would see these commercial attack ads. Okay, they're outright lies. Here are the facts. I have one of the lowest unemployment rates in the country. We're lower than the state number, we're lower than the federal number, and this includes Pittsburgh. What would you do if I told you that I got $2 billion steel plants under construction in Allegheny County right now? U.S. Steel is building a $1 billion steel plant in Clearton, and Allegheny Technology is building a $1.2 billion steel plant in Brackenridge. We're making things again in this country. We can do that. We can manufacture. You want to talk about the green jobs? We just opened, a German company just opened a $45 million manufacturing plant out on our airport. They make mirrors for the solar industry. And we're going to get the United Steelworkers in there representing those workers, by the way. That's the deal we made, and we're going to get that done.
That's right, that's right.
The reason we have unemployment that's low, because we reformed government, we held the line on taxes, and we invested in our old infrastructure. You got sites shovel ready for development. I'm going to do that for the Commonwealth. But I want you to know something here. Joe Sestak and I need something. We can't win this race if the Southeast doesn't show up to vote. We need you to vote. What you're doing today, I want to personally thank you, because I know how tedious it is to door knock and knock and think, was it worth it? It's worth it. We move these numbers a little bit. We get people out to vote. It's going to be the difference of either cutting everything or actually investing in our people moving forward. And we understand one thing. I'm standing in the corner of the state. That's 40% of the vote. It's 40% of the wealth. It's 40% of the economy. And you help me get elected. I will be back here for 2 reasons. One, I'll be governor because Philadelphia showed up to vote. That's number 1.
That's right.
Number 2, if I want to turn the Commonwealth around and get economic activity happening, I can't do it unless this corner of the state, where 40% of everything's happening, is driving that engine. If we don't turn this area around, we can't do it for the state. And I want you to know, don't be concerned that I'm from the West. Tom Corbett and I are from the same county, Pittsburgh, Allegheny County. We live literally 8 miles apart from each other. That's how close we are. But I want to share with you something, and then I'm going to end. When I became county executive 7 years ago, the best thing that happened to me is that I had a former mayor of Philadelphia sitting in the governor's chair. You know why? I never had to explain to Governor Rendell why mass transit was important. I never had to explain to him why we needed the Department of Human Service to be funded. I never had to explain why I needed state dollars to clean up old industrial sites. He got it. He got it, and he understood metropolitan America, just like I get it. Philadelphia's going to have a friend in Dan Onorato in the governor's office. I get what you need to do here. I'm going to be investing in these kind of areas where we need to put infrastructure to get people back to work. We need to train our people. It doesn't matter if it's Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Allentown, Bethlehem, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Erie, different sizes, same issues. And it's about who's going to invest and who isn't. So remember this when you leave today. In 2006, Senator Casey and Governor Rendell won by 20 points. Joe Sestak and I are not going to win by 20 points. But when we wake up on November 3rd and we win by 4 or 5 points, they're still going to call me governor and him senator. That's how we're going to win this thing. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.